Finally putting up some garage doors. It's a bit tricky because I did not have a whole lot of room up top. This is an 8-foot door, and this is an 8-foot vertical for the side of the building. And I wanted to put an 8x8 here, and then a 16x8 there, and it's a 30-foot span. So if you do the math, I did not have a lot of room. So I snuck it in, and I have like less than an inch up top. And I got that by trimming down this vertical here. I kept the radius the same, but at the bottom, I trimmed the vertical off. I'll measure it just to be sure exactly how much I trimmed off, but trimming that down and then putting in these quick brackets allows it to lay flat. So I'll show you more about it, but that's the setup so far. This is the quick latch. See how the door doesn't shut all the way? When I have a door opener on there, the final push will close it flat. So you can see this top wheel is no longer in the curve. It has this latch here. So when I open the door, there you go. Tilts this way, then goes up, and then when it comes back down, it tilts back. So that's the idea with the door. Only way I could get 8-foot tall door in this short case. And I did that because I've got this square body and I don't want to take my camper shell off in the wintertime. So that's what I needed to make that work. See the building? Yep. It's chilly this morning. I think it might get a little bit better, but it's starting to warm up. I was lucky enough to have a friend that not only had one of these really nice flashing benders, I guess you call it, but he was willing to let me borrow it. So I appreciate that. So lucky there. This thing is awesome. From what I've looked at online, this is much better than what I could have made myself for sure. So learning this process, I'm going to clean it up a bit and make sure it's in good working order so that I can return it in better shape than I got it. And I'll get back with you when I get it all straight. And did a test piece to do my corner, which is the design I came up with here. Cover my edges like this. Unfortunately, it looks like I was a little bit too far in with the screws there, but oh well. Live and learn. I did it right on this side. Just that side was easier to go into wood instead of the metal, so that's why I chose that. But anyways, this will give me a spot to run the screws in on this little flange on each one of the highs. So I took that piece, cut it for my full corner, wrapped it and made it. It is a little finicky to operate it. Of course, it's my first time using it, so hopefully it'll get better as I go. I quickly realized I did not get enough flashing. I only got 3 rolls because for some reason I was thinking I could cut each roll down the middle and get 6 rolls or 6 lengths. That is not working because I didn't account for all the little fold over pieces to add strength to it, and then having a standoff. I wasn't originally going to do a standoff, but guy at work talked me into it, and I think it's going to look a little bit better. I was just going to go flat, but so that added a bunch of length to the whole thing. So we'll see there. I'm gonna have to go buy some more, and I had to cut this little piece out because of my soffit, I guess you'd call it. It comes down further on one side than the other. So like any good DIYer, I'm starting in the back so that the crappy product is back here and the less crappy product's up front. So let's see if this thing fits. I don't have anywhere to set you, so I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. Let's see if I got it close. Got this cut a little bit better. And it still looks like I need to cut more of that off. That's good. Dang, a lot more than I thought. But I'd rather take it little by little. And I took too much off, so you'll cut that. Pro tip from Flash and Expert here. It's a hand tool. Why not bring it to you instead of keep walking back and forth? Dummy. All right. New projects, I always have growing pains. But we'll see. I'm just using a pair of snips. I'm assuming that's the right tool for this. It makes a pretty decent cut. Alright. Make sure I pick that back up. Try this again. Definitely did not need to cut this side. I got that wrong from the beginning. Needed to cut the other side. So I'll fix that up, make it look less butchered, but now I know for the other sides to make that better, but that's the idea. Just put a nice corner on it. Kind of doll up the edges a little bit. It is a metal building at the end of the day, but whatever I can do to make it look a little better. So all I'm trying to do is match the shop in the house where I've got light gray sides, dark roof, and white corners, white borders around the garage doors. So as light a gray as I could get to match. You can't really see the top, but it's kind of a darker charcoal color. White doors and then the corners. So we'll see how that looks when I get it all wrapped up. I'm definitely going to have to get some more flashing. I guess I can put you in here for a time lapse and be making another corner real quick, just so you can kind of see it, but that turned out pretty well. I'm sure this is boring, but I'm trying. It's what I'm doing right now. This channel is not really one thing, which is a lot of channels are that. Like you're actually mounted on my square body right now. When I actually posted a lot of that square body content, I got a lot of followers because people were into square body stuff. And most channels will pick one niche and stay with it, which is how you grow a channel. But I didn't create this channel to grow. I just kind of created this channel to document some of this stuff so that maybe our kid on the way later on, if they wanted to, I don't know, hang out with me after I'm gone, I'm here. So I just kind of film what I'm doing at that particular moment. So I'm trying to make it entertaining as I can, but I get off my soapbox here. But that's why I got very low view counts and my stuff's kind of all over the place. I do motorcycle trips and square body builds. You see the stuff I got. I just got cool stuff in my eyes, and I try to share it with other people that might be interested. So if you're watching this and you're typically used to my content, you're probably like, why am I watching somebody in flashing? Well, it's because if you're like me in any kind of way, you try to do everything yourself. Because you know you can do it, and you like to learn to do it. Might not be as good as a professional, definitely not as good as a professional, but I enjoy the learning process. So that's where I'm at. And if you're just here for flashing content, this might be the only flashing content I get, but I'll at least try to show you where I mess up and how you can possibly do it yourself if you can find one of these briefs, which I didn't think I would be able to, and randomly I found one. So ask around. You never know. Somebody at your work might have one laying in their garage. Back to the content. Okay, it's been a few months since I filmed all the previous videos you just watched. I'm coming back kind of after the fact. I got all the garage doors and stuff in, but I've only had a chance to get this one working, so this is kind of how it works with that quick release. Just to give you an idea of what it's like. Sorry about the mess. As soon as I got this thing closed in, I immediately filled it full of junk. Car guys will understand. But still got some finishing to do. I just got it up and going. I've still got to replace the hanger here. I ran out of metal hangers, but I got the garage door openers put on. This one just needs the final wiring for the button. Of course, this one's working as you just saw. And I will close it so you can get an idea of how this quick latch system works. That final elbow is pushed and pulled by the garage door mechanism. So here's one more shot from the inside. And that is how I was able to have 8-foot door with an 8-foot ceiling, just tiny little bit of room. So these verticals are 8 foot. The door is 8 foot, and I can't remember what the radius is on this one. It's either 15 or 12 inch. You can zoom in there and see. I think those are the 15 inch and those are 12 inch. But that's how I was able to get all of that working. They worked out great. I need to buy an extension kit for this because right now I'm not getting the full height of my door. But anyways, that's beside the fact. Put some electrical in. Ran this before I did the concrete, pulled it from my shop, got me a little panel out here, powered the garage doors, and threw in some lights that are actually motion detector lights, so I don't have to deal with switches. And I've got some on the back shelf for like battery chargers and whatnot. So that's the kind of the final product, or at least the last I'm going to post on it. If you want to see more details, put it in the comments. I can come out here. I just don't want to bore you with a ton of stuff. That's how I attached for the framing, wood to metal, salt treated for the base. Very simple. It's not supporting anything but the doors, so that was the whole idea. That's the building. Let me know if there's something else you want to see a little bit closer, but other than that, thanks for watching.